Hey guys, we're back live today with Friday Connect. So we're back at the start of the new year in 2024. And so we've got a whole new list of topics this year. You've probably seen that we're doing things a little bit differently. We are definitely going to have Friday Connect the first Friday of every month. And we're going to have other trainings during those months, and you'll see as other of our people on our team and some Rockstar agents take over those Friday Connect groups. So we'll definitely keep those going. And then we're going to have a virtual event coming up soon, so watch out for information on that. But I'm glad to have Tharmila back with me as always and ready to give you guys some stuff to grow your real estate business. So thank you for being here, Tharmila.
Thank you. Thanks so much for having me. I love it. Today, I'm still in Toronto, folks, but Jacob's not. He's tuning in.
No, I'm in Chattanooga today.
Where are you, Jacob?
Chattanooga today. So I'm in literally a social house. So if you hear some background noise, we're dedicated. We're going to get this stuff done. So we always show up for you guys.
And you know, one thing I wanted to mention about this Friday Connect is it's going to be a little bit different. It's because we're going to be doing this every first Friday of the month. And the reason why we did that, there's a lot of reasons. We did some evaluation. We took, you know, a couple of months of really thinking about this. We really wanted to go, you know, right at the beginning of January, start these training. The reasons why we purposely delayed this is because we were doing exactly what we're going to teach you today. It's about insights. It's about evaluating your business, taking the time to look at the narrative of what's working, what isn't. So Jacob and I really looked at what worked. And what worked was we were able to meet a lot of agents. We were able to teach a lot of things, be able to create amazing content for YouTube that is on there that are helping so many agents worldwide. And we wanted to become more accessible. But not only that, we wanted Friday Connect to become more of a real resources, not just for us, but to make our agents and our group leaders as well, a really template to be carried on. So it's not Jacob and I always taking on Friday Connect, so that other people, honestly, some of our agents are doing so many things that are amazing differently and are crushing it in their market. And we want to bring them to the forefront so that you can learn from them as well. So it's not just from me and Jacob. So that's another reason. Another big reason is you better stay till the end of this call, because we're going to reveal to you our first ever virtual event. And this is very different than anything we've ever done before, because this is going to be a live, interactive, multi-day course. And what I mean by that, it's going to be kind of like a curriculum base. You're going to learn start to finish. You're going to have homework. You're going to have things you're going to take with you, downloads. We're giving away so much of our resources. And the beautiful part is we're kicking it off with kind of similar to this topic that we're talking about today, but really looking at your business as a 90-day Kickstarter. No, this is not just for new agents. This is for people who might be stuck in their business. So we'll share some more information about what that looks like at the end of this call. So stay tuned about how you can register. So let's talk about today's call. Today's call is about maximizing your real estate business. It's about elevating your business through analytics, looking at information, looking at insights into your business, and really creating, not just projecting, because when you're a new agent, you don't have numbers, especially if you don't have a true, you know, you've never used tools before. You don't have, you have no idea where your business is going, how your market works. You can only look at what other agents are doing, but you really, truly don't know their business. So it's really important, you know, at the beginning, when you're starting off, you can project, hey, I want to make X amount of deals. Hey, I want to make X amount of video every single week. That's going to result in X amount of views, X amount of touch points, etc. Right? X amount of clients turns into closed deals. And you can make that narrative and goal setting. However, there's a big disconnect, because as you grow, you're going to start to do things, and your own business and your own actions in your business and tactics will tell you and will give you information. Really important that you're listening and you're keeping an eye on this information, because it's going to give you a stance to evaluate. And so that's what I wanted to kickstart. And we don't have to look at it from, you know, all perspective. But Jacob, like for you, why do you think this is? Do you not agree that this might be one of the most integral part of why real estate agents aren't really pushing the needle forward in their business?
Yeah, and I think this is why that statistic is, we talk about all the time, 87% of agents are quitting within the first 5 years or failing. And it's because a lot of them don't have the right foundation. They're literally just throwing things, hoping things would, you know, stick. Just like when you build a house, you build your foundation first and then your walls. We tend to try to go after the roof first, the walls, and all that in our real estate business. So tracking everything that we're doing, especially like you said, as a new agent, you don't have anything, right? And so where do you start? And so it's about having the right business plan, the right marketing plan, and starting something that you can start to see data and things through, because, make sure whatever you guys are doing too, that you're able to track. So if it's not measurable, you don't need to be doing it. That's why everybody wants to do, business the modern way. But as they're doing business the modern way, they're not using the modern tools to track things like website visits, how many people actually clicked on and gave up their leads. So out of all the visits that you have each month, how many of those people are turning into leads? And out of those leads, how many of those are turning into deals that are moving forward? So you start getting data like that, because this will tell us like how we need to tweak our personal brand, how we need to tweak our marketing. And if you don't have that data and you don't start tracking it, you don't know where to go. So it's kind of like going on a trip with no map. So that's why, to me, it's so important. This is why agents aren't able to scale, because they don't know where they need help. They just know what they're doing is not working. They kind of get that definition of insanity. They're doing the same thing over and over again every year. So a lot of agents, 2024, they have so many goals, but they're picking random goals because the goals have nothing to do with what the current numbers are in their business. So how can you set goals if you're not tracking and measuring everything you're doing?
Absolutely. And I think it's that cycle. When you start to think of something that isn't working, you're going to get more like thoughts and you're going to keep attracting them. And I think, it's a really good point that you made about the whole, and I think a lot of agents get stuck on what's not working rather
Right.
than focus. That's what this whole call is about, is finding insights of what's working and finding patterns and continuing to do them and leveling them up. So I want to first, because I want you guys to, every person that's watching this video to leave away with some information about how to do that. So I'm going to talk about it from a very holistic level, from a marketing analytics insight perspective, but more so from a tactical level when you're doing social media, when you're using your CRM. And then I'm going to give it back to Jacob in order to do things like your lead capture, your websites, your SEO. How can you track those, and what are some ways to, because you don't build a website and then hand it off and then forget about it, right? You don't build a landing page and forget about it, or your Google business profile. So I'm going to give that to Jacob so that he's a master at that, so he can give you some insights about how to track those information and the best place to start. So I'm going to start off by mentioning, first and foremost, have a easy peasy, have a template, a tool for you to track. And my best recommendation is something as simple as an Excel, Microsoft Excel sheet, or, Google Excel sheet, some sort of a sheet where you have it written down and a time frame in which and what you're truly tracking. So what that means is, my recommendation is always quarterly, because if you do it monthly, you're going to get inundated with too much information. And let your business work, folks. Like sometimes SEO takes what, 6 to 8 months to build?
Yep. Average returns like 4.7 months to see any chance of ROI. So.
Sometimes I have agents who are a month into our business and they're like, I haven't done any, and they haven't done anything, and they're like, no, my business isn't, I haven't made $1 billion yet. So I think it's really important that we stop for a minute and look and let our business do its thing, and trust the process of your business. And that's the number one key, is that you're not evaluating with not enough information, because that is that you're just pretty much doing the opposite of what it really needs to work. It's
you need the whole picture, right? Yeah. And the problem is, a lot of data takes time. Like even Google ads and Facebook ads, they'll tell you it takes a couple of weeks to months just to get them to learn your audience. So how are you going to measure it in less than a month? So quarterly is great.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, so have a tool, and have maybe quarterly, it's the best place to go. And if you're a new agent, I would even tell you maybe twice a year, and so, especially because your first 2 to 3 months, you're literally building these platforms, and you're figuring out what to post, you're building plans, you're going to trainings. So a lot of our agents right now, they're doing the KV Code trainings, they're doing the real estate board training, how to even do the job, where the forms are, like the basic trainings.
Right.
You get caught in. So you can't really evaluate your first quarter in your business if you haven't done anything. Does that make sense? So you're really planning for a future with the wrong information. Very important that you're really planning for the future with the right information. So that's one thing. So a couple of things I want to do is simply track what you're doing. That's the easiest and the simplest way to do this. So look at what that you're putting out. So let's say you're putting out YouTube content, your videos, look at the views, the phone calls that are coming, and look at which videos that these calls are coming from, inquiries that are coming from, And that's one aspect. And then make some notes about it. And one of the great ways is if you're cold calling, that's easy. How many calls have you done? How many calls went through? How many contacts? Because dialing is one thing, but the pickup, you can't say I called 5,000 people today, or 300. Josh would do 300 calls per day, sometimes 400 easy, and would only talk to 50 people, right? But then those are what counts. But you want to keep both of them in mind because you did spend the time dialing, right, and using a tool. And you want to make a note about the tools you were using, because sometimes, we were doing it manually, and then we started to do Mojo Dialer for different performances. So I can measure. There's a lot of, when you look at an analytics, you have to be truthful. You can't just say, oh, I did it this way, but no, you had a different platform. Your website was different. My website wasn't on Wix, it's on WordPress now. I can't look at the same way anymore. Does that make sense? And then your Instagram post as well. How many posts are you doing? What are the posts that is bringing in the clients, the increase? And then maybe you'll find out that maybe you don't have to do 5 times a week post anymore. You can decrease the amount and the quality of posts that are working. And you'll realize, like, I used to post every single day. I don't anymore. I only post what's working and what's I've noticed gives me the most engagement. Does that make sense? And then also sometimes I put in a little bit of trickling to people. Hey, I'm still attracting agents. I have agents that are growing, to tell people that I'm still working on real estate. But hey, for those real estate agents that are looking at my content, if you want to grow your business, connect with me. I do these things. So it's very important that you're looking at it from that perspective. But I want to kind of give it back to Jacob to add his insights as well to this, and then I'll touch on a little bit more about core and CRM.
Well, I think one thing you just said was super important. So people don't have a misconception. You do need to post every day, especially when you're a new agent starting out. You need to post and do as much as you can, because only way that Carmilla was able to realize I don't need to post every day is because she had enough data saying, okay, well, these posts didn't really do anything, so I don't need to do those. Now I can just focus on this type of content. So when you don't have that data, you have to kind of try everything and find the system, stick to it, get enough data so you can make the decision she made, because she was doing that for years, almost 3 years, doing that. Literally, you never missed a post. Like, I miss them all the time, but you know what? That's because it worked for me, and I would post, to post every day. And then like she said, oh, those posts wouldn't get views, but we had that data and analytics in that background to understand it. So as you're kind of developing things, you've got to get the data first, because that is the best decision, because you're not going to make an emotional decision, because a lot of agents that come to us, it's all emotional. I literally had another agent text and say, hey, are you still using this company? And literally they've been at it just a little bit. And it's like, you got to keep going. If you're having somebody make calls for you, or you're running ads, or whatever you're doing, give it time to work so you can make a true evaluation, because you might be, a few more days away from actually getting the leads that are going to come in, they're going to turn into clients. It really happens. So if you shut it off too soon, you miss out probably on a whole pipeline of business. So give it time, take the emotion out of it, analyze the data, and really make those smart business decisions, just like big companies do. They go by the data. They don't go by a feeling, It's all about the numbers. So run your business that way, and then so you can tap into, building a strong brand.
Absolutely. When I used to, when I kind of going back to some of the principles, when I worked for the government and I used to write marketing plans, like hundreds of marketing plans I would write, and I would sit in with my stakeholders who are my internal, programmers, people who are putting these events in place. And I'm the marketing lead for it. So I would sit with them and I would ask them questions so that I can put together the right marketing plan for the right audience. And sometimes they'll say, oh, such and such isn't working. The last course didn't sell well, or this event didn't come. It was based off of emotions. And then why didn't it sell? And then they'll give me an opinion. And then so I would go back and look at analytics and numbers, and I would question on them. And that's why when you're looking at analytics, they're very facts-based analysis. They're not your opinion. A lot of time agents, when the business isn't going, they immediately like, oh, my brokerage sucks. No, you have all the right tools. You're just not using them. And then when you use them, you're not evaluating the type of content you're putting out. That's why there's social media, there's a process to everything. You could put out as much content as you like. Some content does really well, sometimes doesn't. But people also put a lot of emphasis on numbers and think, I have agents who post and they get 10 likes. but they have 50 calls, or, they get so many DMs, but it's not about the amount, because the quality also matters. And it's about who you're connected to, how often you post, but also, again, the engagement, you have to compare it to the quality of the content you're posting and where they're coming from. And so when I don't mean like one post brought in 50 leads for 10 likes. No, I mean, in general, when they're getting a lot of influx, it could be from a post they did a week ago that is still working for you. I'm still getting likes from the live Jacob and I did like a few days ago. I get sometimes more likes today than I did that same day, because Instagram is pushing it out. Oh, people are liking this. Oh, this person actually watched it longer. So it's good information to be out there so the algorithm can work for you. So look at information. Very important for you to pause your business. This is one of the most important thing you'll ever do, is to pause and look at it's kind of like working out. Like right now, like for me, I'm stopping and I'm like, okay, this is working for me, but this part of my body hurts. I think I need to cut down on this part of my diet, because it's very similar. If you want to get to a desired result, then you're going to look at the same way that you work is going to give you the same result. So in order for you to change some aspect of your life and your business in a certain way, you just have to change what you're doing. Simple as that. And that's why this call is so important, especially leading up to our next virtual event coming up, which I highly want to talk about. So lastly, before I dive into the CRM aspect, Jacob, if you can quickly touch on keywords, why they matter, when should you be doing, looking at analytics when it comes to SEO, and can you touch on SEO when it comes to websites, landing pages, because they're really all a website. So websites versus also YouTube as well. When is a good time to kind of evaluate those platforms?
Yeah, so, even when you're making content, so the first thing, like if we're making YouTube videos, or helping clients come up with what to record, or our agents, we're going to take a look. We're going to use a tool like vidIQ, a super easy tool to go in. One, it's going to analyze your channel of everything you've done and give you recommendations what to record, keywords that you're ranking for. But you can go in. And actually, Marty is a perfect example of this. And there's other videos on our YouTube channel where she talks about her marketing, but she was able to quickly rank and grow her YouTube channel because what she did is she took the time, which is key. She took the time to analyze and use vidIQ to go, okay, what keywords are being searched for my area? So Atlanta, everybody's going to do, homes for sale in Atlanta. That's going to be a hard keyword to rank for because every agent wants to be known for the Atlanta area. But because people don't like to niche down, they miss out on a lot of opportunity. So what she did was she kept niching down and going, living in, McDonough, living in Peachtree City. And then she finally came across, I think it was Locust Grove, and nobody was doing content on that, but it was having like 2,000 searches a month. So your video is going to instantly rank for that search result. But if you didn't analyze the data, you would have never known that. And that's where even a lot of agents will say, I don't know what to do content on, or I don't know what keywords to choose. Start searching. Think of yourself as the client. Most of us all search for new restaurants in the area, a new salon. What would you Google if you were buying a home? Think about all those questions. Those are keywords. So if you're going to start ranking for SEO, whether it's YouTube, whether it's SEO for your website, your Google business profile page, start thinking about questions. What are common questions that you can localize and put your city in that people would ask for? So, how much down payment do I need to buy a house in Houston? Okay, that long tail keyword phrase, most people don't go after those. So there's going to be low competition. And you can use a keyword tool like Uber Suggest or the Google AdWords tool, and it'll tell you the average searches in a month, and then how much is your competition. So a lot of times with SEO for websites, if it's under 40, same thing with vidIQ, they'll give you a score and tell you if it's low, medium, or high competition. If you go after all the longer phrases, the lower competition keywords, you're going to instantly rank for those and start getting traffic, because everybody wants to go after those popular. So don't go after the popular way, just like Marty did with the Locust Grove. Go for those things that you can instantly rank. I do this with my agents. We sit down and tell me every suburb, every popular area, and let's see if people are actually looking and searching for those areas. So that's one way. And then if you're having a website, make sure you have Google Analytics installed. Make sure you have Google Search Console. So the difference between the two is Google Analytics will tell you everything about your visitor that's coming. how many people came to your website, how many were new, how many were returning, how long are they staying on your website, do they quickly get there and then they go away because they didn't find the content they wanted. So that's super important analytics. If you have a high bounce rate, it means they're not finding the content that they wanted. So then you can dig down and going, how did they get to my website? Did they get there from Facebook, social media? Were they an organic click from the Google search results? Did they come from my YouTube video? It will tell you exactly where they came from, what area they come from. So if you are in Houston, everybody in China is looking at your content, there's a problem. So there's some kind of optimization, you don't have your localization done. And so you can look at all those. So Google Analytics does that. It'll let you know if they're a mobile user, what browser they're using, all the details you need to know your target audience. And then Google Search Console is what we use to know what is the health of our site. Are there broken links? Maybe you typed a URL wrong. How did they come to your site? What keywords did they search for and click on to get to your website? So that's good information to know. I recently just got a report on my website that had 300 clicks in 28 days. And I can go in there and see exactly what were they searching and clicking for. So the popular one was they were searching for my name and they found me. And then the rest was about real estate marketing stuff. So now I know, oh, I need to make more content on that because that is a search phrase that gets a lot of searches and there's not a lot of competition. So why not be, ranked for those words? So you kind of have to dig down. I think what happens with a lot of agents in this process is they get overwhelmed because it's a lot of information. It's new to them, but this is why we always talk about pick one area to start with, whether it's YouTube, blogging, your Google business profile, which is probably the fastest thing to rank for. You can rank in that in under 2 months. I have agents right now getting calls directly from their Google business profile, and it was like about a month and a half into it. And they were just posting every day to it because most people don't manage their page. And so find something that you want to focus on for 90 days, okay? And give it all you got, and then just analyze everything. And you'll find out by focusing on that one thing, you're going to have more success than trying to juggle social media, YouTube, TikTok, your website, your blog. It's a lot of stuff. So until you get to that groove and you've learned, how to be an agent as well, pick those things so that way you can analyze it. But SEO, if you can get a hold of that and all the other trainings we've done, it is one of the fastest long-term ways to get quality leads that are warm because they have read your content, they've gone to your blog. But SEO drives 1,000% more traffic than organic social media because everybody's on social media. So maybe SEO is the thing that you learn how to do and start simple with Google Business Profile. And there's plenty of videos out there. I have videos here on our Friday Connect YouTube, on my personal YouTube, Jacob Sharman. There's all kinds of stuff out there. I have a course. So whatever you guys need, the resources are there. Just pick something, do it, and then watch the analytics. And make sure you're using tools like that so you can get proper analytics and real data to base your numbers on.
Yeah, and it's so important because a lot of the time in our business too is that yes, you can look at all the social media and all of your website and SEO numbers, but you also want to look at how many deals have I been doing, how many people have I been speaking to, how many people have shown properties to that turn into deals. Like look at those aspects of your business too, because you realize it's kind of like applying for a job. If you apply for a job and you get the interview, that means your resume worked. And if you didn't go past the interview, you know that you might have said something wrong in the interview. You didn't answer the question well, or maybe they didn't like your personality. You never know, right? So we tend to evaluate, of course, I'm not good for this job. No, your resumes are great. Don't touch your resume because you're getting the interviews. You're just not going past the interview stage. So very similar to your business. If you're getting a lot of clients, then maybe you need to change the way you're showing your property, the way you show up in person. And maybe you need to evaluate the way you speak to people about the properties. And then also, 90 days, 3 months, 4, 6, 7 months into your business, you're going to realize, especially past 6 months into your business and you start to show properties and start to close deals, you'll realize, oh my goodness, the amount of capacity of the content that I was posting out has changed as well because I got busy with That's another thing that I've always noticed my agents do. They'll post a lot and all of a sudden they'll start doing one showing and all the content goes down. And they stop posting and then they're like, I have no other client. And I'm like, yeah, because you didn't maintain your marketing.
They get excited for that one deal and they stop. Absolutely. We all do it. I mean, it's habit, but it's that learning process. Remember, the most important thing is to keep your pipeline full. Keep it full.
Absolutely. And it's finding the rhythm in your business and how do I and a healthy amount of, content, healthy amount of having, the marketing working for you, bringing on leads, and that pipeline continually growing, but you're also nurturing while showing properties, while closing those deals, because nobody ever plans for that time, which is why, if you've ever, I just did a training on this for my agents on time management, leaving it on time for admin time. And I have a video on my YouTube channel as well to have a look at it about time management, because there's a point in your business earlier on you need to kind of project, and that's that part. But lastly, I'm going to wrap this up by talking about CRMs and KB Core, or any CRMs that you have. I particularly talk about KB Core because I love it. It's provided to us for free through our brokerage. We talk about it. It's one of the most robust platform. It's made specifically for real estate professionals. So I love this platform. But and it's an all-in-one platform. That's another reason why I talk about this platform so much. But your CRM is your best friend, folks. You send out emails through there. Look at if they are opening up the emails. When are they checking their text messages? Tells you when they've opened up their emails, what time. If you notice a client isn't, they're checking your emails or opening up your emails, but not responding to your calls, maybe they're not available in the time, so you call them. There might be those people like me who wait for the children to go to sleep so you can get some work done. So, right, like to get a little bit of breather. And some people have, I'm always in front of my computer, so I don't have to do that anymore. But a lot of people, they have a 9-to-5 job and they come home and they spend their time with their children, and then they don't have time to go on their computer and do search for their homes and real estate. And on top of that, do some errands and pay bills. They don't get that computer time until they go to school. So it's very important you're looking at the insights to give you information on how your leads are and what their behavior is like. So take advantage of your CRM. There's a whole section. Your CRM should have this. If it doesn't, it needs some work, and you don't have the right CRM, is a whole analytics section that's going to give you some information as to what's working. Even your landing pages and squeeze pages, it'll tell you the views on them. So keep an eye on those, and keep an eye on what people are where people are coming from, what they clicked. And that's why I love looking at hashtag. Every time I get a lead in, I know exactly where they came from. Where your lead source is one of the most important analytics that you want to measure, because you want to do more of it. So I don't want to take too much time because there's a lot that we've given you. I hope you can take this and kind of really implement it in your business. I want to now talk about our virtual event that's coming up, and I want to give you some information as to how you can register for them on our website. So folks, the reason why this is so important is you're going to have full lifetime access. This is going to be a course. We want to have you open up your computer and follow along with us. If you want to do some homeworks with you, and we're really talking about, when we say 90-day, we're not with you for 90 days. Trust me, you don't want to see us for 90 days, but we're with you for 3 days. And how we're going to do this in these multi-day event is, the first day is going to be the first 0 to 30 days, what we want you to work on. The next day is 30 to 60 days. And the third day is from your 60 to 90 days, what you need to be doing in your business. And we're going to give you some downloads to take with you, some resources, the free resources that you can take with you. This is nothing like we've ever done before. And if you've ever taken our courses, you know how in-depth we go into. We are super transparent. We like to dive in. If anything, we give you too much information. And so come on out. I want to see all of you there, and hope to see you kind of learn and learn with us. And Jacob's going to share with you information as to how you can register.
Yeah, and the great thing about the way we're doing this is, how often have you guys taken courses and you're like, oh, I got a question though, you didn't answer my question there. And so this is going to be a great way, as we're going through these things, you can stop us and ask a question. So there's be ways for you to throw in chats and things like this, kind of like what we do on this platform. So think about it, show up for it. Don't just get it and know that you're going to be able to watch the replay later. If you can't make it, you're better off to buy it at $47, because that's what the registration fee will be. The people that will buy it afterwards will buy it like it's an actual course price. So get registered for that. But it's going to be so jam-packed, because it's going to give you that foundation. And even if you're stuck in your business, or your business is just flatlining, you do enough deals, but it's okay, you definitely need to be here, because we're going to give you kind of that foundation, how to build on it. And then also we're going to talk about everything from branding, marketing, videos, websites, to CRMs, everything you need, systems, scaling, how to take your business to the next level. So I think this is the reason why we want to do this first too is this is going to lay a good foundation for the other events that we're going to do throughout the year. We can build on top of those. So make sure you're there. And the way you can register for that is if you go to FridayConnect.net, just like you register for the free events, below the free events, there you'll see the 90-day business challenge. And you can go there and it'll take you to the landing page for that, and you'll be able to enter your information there and register and purchase your ticket. So it is only a ticket per person. So if there's multiple people, go buy a friend a ticket, a real estate agent, somebody that you want to help, buy your brokerage tickets if you would like, for all of your agents. But we'll be doing that. And then, like I said, it'll be on a platform like this. So you'll be able to watch live and tune in and ask questions. So we're super excited about that. If you guys have any questions about that, there's some contact information there. We'll be glad to help you with that. If you want to partner with us at EXP and be a part of our group and get free training like this all of the time, get access to all of our courses like Dharmila's KV course, CRM course, learn how to fully use that. And we have other stuff like Karuvi, social media content done for you, Google Business Profile courses, web courses, like everything you need for your marketing business. Whether you're a new agent, a seasoned agent, or a team leader or broker, you need to be at our group because we can give you an instant value stack and resources for your agents. And on top of the amazing platform that EXP gives, to have access to 900 employees in the cloud, plus all these brokers, and you can actually take that hat off of you as a team leader or broker and actually just focus on what you do best, and that's growing your business. So if you want to learn more about that, on our website, there is a partner button. So feel free to click that. You'll be able to book a one-on-one call with either Dharmila or myself, and we would be happy to show you what your business looks like here and actually show you those numbers and things like that. So if you want to just get more information, book a call with us. It's not a pushy call. We'd love just to give you information so you can make the decision for yourself.
Absolutely. And to wrap this up, if you're an agent that is questioning, your career in real estate because of the time that we're in, and you're thinking about hanging out your license, give us a call. I genuinely give us a try and see how it goes. And if you're tuning in on YouTube and watching this recording and you're not here live and you're not able to ask questions and engage with us, remember, you can leave it in the comment section below and connect with us. We're happy to answer the questions. Click on the subscribe button because you're going to see a lot of videos like this come on there. You can check out all the amazing trainings we've done in the past. Name it a topic in real estate marketing, we've done it. So check it out there. Click that subscribe button, click that notification bell to get updates on more content like this. Thanks so much again, Jacob, for tuning in on your time away. And it's great to be here. Dharmila Rajasingham here. So please connect with us, follow us on Instagram. Take care. We'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.